Right, we've got another Copart Discovery. This was cheap, this one. I think I know why. I'm not sponsored by Car Vertical like every other YouTube car place is, so I did my own checks elsewhere. And obviously people didn't do their checks before they bid on it, or were going to bid on it. Now, it's sold with 270,000 miles, which I'm sure is what put people off. But let's see if I can get in here and show you. When you buy a cheap Discovery off Copart because of the mileage, what people don't know is, oh look, it's actually 168,000 miles. It was labelled as 270,000 miles on Copart, but that was actually kilometres. I think that's why I got it cheap. Result. Oh well, she's running. No jump start needed. We have got loads of lights on, the three Amigos. Not too worried about that. Oh. Windows work. Windows work. What else have we got on here? That works. Got heated screens on. Indicators are flashing. I mean, it's not hugely tidy in here, but it was cheap because of that. Have we got cruise control? No. Let's turn that off. Oh yeah. I suppose we better get it off the trailer and have a go. So here she is. Sorry about the wind noise because it's very windy today, but I've just been for a quick blast up the road and it drives all right. Needs a couple of wing mirror, well, it needs a wing mirror on it. Probably gonna need some tyres. But so far so good. So if we are gonna put it through an MOT, we need to do a couple of bits before we do. Now obviously this indicator's broken and taped in, so we'll probably have that out and see if we can sort that. The headlight seems in there, so that's all right. We need to replace this mirror. It's all taped right up. I've got plenty of those on the shelf. So we'll go around and check all the lights. I've checked all the fluids. So I'll just change that mirror, have that indicator off. That headlight from here does look a bit pushed in, but yeah, we'll have a look at that when it's all apart. So let's see what we're left with. Right, well that's done and changed. Headlight still looks like it's in a bit, but we'll, so is this one. Maybe the adjustment's wrong inside, I'll check that. Wing mirror's on. So I suppose we'll just go around and check all the bulbs now. Right, well there you go. I've just turned the lights on and the headlights moved. So yes, it was just an adjustment. So that one's working, or side light anyway. That one's working. Doesn't look like that indicator one is, but I don't know whether they work if the indicator's off. Or on, sorry, but we'll check that. Right, so anyway, we've got those working. Them side repeaters are working. Tail light, indicator. One of those is gone, so we'll have a look at that. Mind you, you only need one for the MOT. That one's working. That side light's working. And that one's working. So, let's try our full beams. We can turn them off now. Oh, petrol flap works. There we go. Right. So we've only got side light there. We've got top light there. The other ones won't change. I'm zoomed in far too far on this. So let's try headlights. Ooh. Ooh. Yep, that one works, that one doesn't. So we're going to need two bulbs. Let's check fogs. Maybe we need the ignition on. Hang on. Right, that fog's on. that fog's on. So let's try the back. That fog's on, and that fog's on. Right, so we've just got to chuck a couple of headlight bulbs in it. Right, they're all done. Driver's side needed a bulb, passenger side just wasn't plugged in properly, so that's all working. The passenger side was also cable tied in, so I've cut them off obviously and changed the clips, so that's now clipped in properly. So yeah, I think we're almost ready for an MOT. I've got to sort out the ABS light. That's either going to be a sensor or the ABS module. There's a little fix for that. So I'll see what it is and then I'll let you know and we'll see what we've got to do. Right, so we're just letting it warm up. It had all the amigos on, all the lights, and the snap-on machine turned off all the ABS. It had a sensor failure, but turned them all off. I've gone ragging up the road, no problem at all. It's just the ACE light is on, but the ACE light isn't, sorry, the ACE doesn't seem to be connected. There's no fluid in the bottle or anything like that. So we'll have to see about whether that's a advisory, a failure or what. Obviously if it's a failure, we'll have the bulb out because it hasn't got ACE anymore. I might be able to turn it off with the snap-on, but I'll have a look. But yeah, I've just been up the road. It's absolutely flies, so I reckon it's remapped. I'm just letting it warm up to temperature now, just to make sure we don't get it too hot. Make sure there's no overheating issues. But so far, so good. The sunroof was banging about with the handle in that position. But I opened the handle and turned it and it locked down, but the handle was in the wrong place. So it's just a matter of unscrewing it, putting it in the right place, and then the sunroof is now solid again. So that was that. So yeah. So I think it's just a matter of taking it for an MOT and seeing what he thinks and see whether it's worth doing anything with. We got another tinkering day today. First of all, Paul is swapping all the wheels round on his Freelander to rotate the tyres. That's the first job of the day. Right, well, it's Monday morning after the weekend. We've gone round and done the tidy bits, like we put the mirror on, changed the headlights, fixed the headlight brackets, shall I say, changed the indicators, gone round, done all the bulbs. So everything works as it should. We've switched off the ABS lights and all that malarkey. That was obviously a dodgy sensor or something because they've not come back on since we've driven out and down the yard and stuff. Obviously they might come on again in the future when we start doing some speeds in it. But I've had it up on the lift to have a look at the chassis. Now we knew there was going to be rot on the chassis. It's a Discovery 2, they always do. I've made them a lot worse than what they are because obviously I want to see how bad it is. So what do we think? We've got that hole there. That wasn't there before I started probing with a screwdriver, so now it is. The holes that are there, although not perfectly round, are supposed to be there, and the matching ones inside the chassis, which you probably can't see at that angle, but poking the screwdriver through the hole to the other side, it seems solid. This side has been plated before, you can see. I wouldn't say it's very well, but you know, it does the job. It's just what's underneath it, and I've dug all this out. Obviously if I was going to fix this, I probably wouldn't tow with it, but yeah, that can all be repaired. But then we do have that on the inside, so I think it's gonna have to be a tank out job to replace that, really. Then the rest of it looks really good, except here on this gearbox cross member, it's gone on the outside, and we also have a hole underneath. Oh, none of these were really here. I've dug them out because obviously I want to know how bad it is before we go further. It definitely needs a tyre here. The rest of the car looks fine underneath. I mean, that tyre's good. This tyre's all right. This tyre's all right tread-wise. Obviously they might, oh, it's banged my head. They might have cuts in them. I've not checked them completely. But again, wheels and tyres aren't really an issue. I've got stacks of them. So, yeah, I mean, I need to go around and check all the bushes, I suppose, see if anything's loose or wobbling around, anything that he's not going to be happy with. It's obviously quite dirty, so I don't know how far an MOT man will go into it, but obviously just surface stuff on the chassis. There's no more rot that I can see anywhere, so it's just a matter of whether he thinks the bushes etc are up to scratch. I mean, it's obviously very oily under here. I think realistically, I mean, look at the state of that. It's covered in stuff. I think realistically, if we fix it and put an MOT on it, it's only going to be good for a year, I reckon. You know, do I do it and use it for a while, or do I just consign it and break it? What to do? I think I'm going to have a wander around with the pry bar and have a wobble of some bushes and see how bad they are, because I don't want to spend much money on it, I've got to be honest. I only literally bought it for the wiring loom in case I need a wiring loom for that. So I don't know, I'm gonna have a wander around with pry bar and we'll see what we're left with. Okay, I found some more rot behind the springs on that side, so I think, you know, we're then having to take all the springs and stuff out and start doing that. You know, the bump stop's gone. Haven't cleared that off yet, so I don't know what that one's like, but yeah, I think we go to our original plan and strip this one down, I think. There you go, I've just opened up a massive hole behind the spring. So yep, this one is done. Stripping it is then, back to the original plan. Right, well, that was a bit of a fail. Shall I say a fail? Probably not. It was bought with one intention in mind. It was just when it got home, it was a lot tidier all round and drove a lot nicer than I thought it would. And as the chassis has now definitely had it, I think we'll go back to the original plan of keeping this complete until the Defender is running, in case I need a loom, because obviously I've chopped the Defender loom up, or sorry, the Disco loom to fit in the Defender, and just in case I've done anything wrong or missed anything. So we'll keep this complete, and then if we need a loom, we've got it. If the Defender runs and drives fine without it, then we'll probably list it complete and see if someone wants to take on a project. So that is that for now on this.